And to get a better understanding of the conflict that's brewing, we're joined live on the broadcast from New Delhi with Major General Ashok K. Mehta, who is an army veteran of the 1971 war and a defense expert. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us in the broadcast on WION World is One. So let me begin by saying that we've been seeing heightened activity along the line of control with multiple attempted intrusions and the Pakistani army inching closer to forward positions, which is a clear sign that they're more than just testing the waters right now. Now, while India stands ready and vigilant, how do you read the writings on the wall? And what's your assessment of how the situation is unfolding on the ground?
Well, I think testing by Pakistan is more or less over because we are in the fourth day of the undeclared war. I think both sides have had a go at each other. Both sides are making claims of damage to military infrastructure, including air bases. It's difficult to verify the quality of the veracity of the claims, but it is absolutely certain that Pakistan has taken a bigger share of the damage merely because of India's size and military capability. Now, having said that, I think it's time for a pause and for Pakistan to consider whether their so-called one-notch up response to India's punitive kinetic strike for Pahalgam is being fully delivered. Is the satisfaction level for Pakistan being vindicated? Has Pakistan military's honor and image been restored? These are factors that Pakistan will consider, but Pakistan will need some kind of off-ramp reason for de-escalation. Pakistan has already stated that it has carried out strikes against India. You have given all the details, so there is no need for reiteration. Suffice it for me to say that Pakistan should be satisfied by this response, by its response to India's highly punishing, highly intense, highly effective response to the Pahalgam attack. So what is this off-ramp and what is this pause? At the moment, the intervention is only tentative. Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif has said that Pakistan would be ready to de-escalate provided India de-escalates. Now, as far as India is concerned, from day one, India has been saying that all its counteractions have been responsible in response to the terrorist attacks against military targets, very responsible and non-escalatory, which is the key word that has been used. Even today, the briefing by the Foreign Secretary, every day religiously, he repeats this. So we can assume that if Pakistan gives an indication that it is satisfied with its kinetic response, then India will reciprocate. I have absolutely no doubt that India is ready to reciprocate to any request or any
General Mehta, and
urge by
that being
Pakistan.
said, I don't think satisfaction is on the radar for Pakistan right now. In fact, Pakistan seems to be playing an old tune once again, riding on a misinformation campaign to stir the pot within India and once again waving the nuclear card. Now, with their defense minister and others fanning the flames, do you think it's time India and the global community called their bluff and stopped dancing to this worn-out script?
No, I don't completely agree with what you have said. The fact is otherwise. Pakistan, this news about Pakistan PM ordering the National Command Authority, which deals with the nuclear response, that apparently was a misinformation. That has not taken place. There has been no signaling by Pakistan. In fact, Khwaja Asif has said that the nuclear option is off the table. So as far as the nuclear overhang is concerned, or as far as, what the world describes the Kashmir as a flashpoint, as a nuclear trigger point, I think we have not reached that stage yet, because of India's very responsible, very non-escalatory action. It is quite a different thing that what Pakistan may be saying in order to disturb the communal harmony. I think that is part of the grey warfare, the psychological warfare, the propaganda. What you have to see is what is it that they do on the ground. And on the ground, by all accounts, they have taken a hammering. And I don't think Pakistan, given its economic conditions, given its state of morale of the military, that it is in any position to further provoke India. So therefore, at this time, at this moment in time, what the foreign minister of America has done is to ask both countries to get off the ram and start a dialogue. In other words, de-escalate, dialogue, and he said, we are ready to construct a mechanism for this dialogue. The Saudi Arabian foreign minister has also been in touch. The Saudi Arabian minister holds tremendous clout over the Pakistanis. I mean, they are as good as iron brothers as they are with China. And as far as the G7 is concerned, the G7 has also issued a statement. So right now, the burden of de-escalation is on Pakistan. Pakistan only needs a little prompting from some side and declare victory. You see, it's essential for Pakistan to declare victory, that one notch up response, the assessment that they have to make in their own mind, that have we delivered that one notch assessment. So I think my own judgment is that by the weekend, this matter will begin to diffuse. De-escalation will start, and some form of back-channel dialogue could begin. But I don't see this current phase, the fourth phase, if you like, of the conflict, the standoff conflict. Neither side has crossed the LOC or the international border. They are firing drones, they are firing missiles. No troops have crossed each other's borders. Line of control, yes, has always been active. So there is a good chance for Pakistan to step back. All it needs is a little push and cheer for victory.
could come from the United States. We've recently seen the IMF has approved a $1 billion loan for Pakistan, and this is despite India's objections citing terror funding. Meanwhile, we've also observed varying positions from the United States administration, where President Trump offered to mediate de-escalation between India and Pakistan, while Vice President J.D. Vance later remarked that it's none of America's business. And then more recently, we saw Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He again stated that US is willing to mediate the de-escalation efforts, while also urging Pakistan to end its support for terrorism. Now, notably, this criticism is directed at Pakistan, and this time it's not come from India. So given that, how do you anticipate Pakistan will respond to such a strongly worded stance, especially from the United States?
I think Pakistan is historically beholden to the United States. And after Trump said that it's time, initially it said hands off, but now he's saying it's time for hands on, because he sees the spiral of escalation getting risky and dangerous. So the chances for some kind of stepping back is very much on the cards. The only thing that should worry India is that at the end of this round, the so-called fifth round, will this end the scourge of terrorism? The answer is no. After a while, violence in Kashmir will increase, cross-border terrorism will not cease. So India is confronted with the mission of restoring deterrence. And that deterrence, which has eroded after Balakot, has to be restored to ensure that cross-border terrorism, as we saw in Pahalgam, doesn't repeat itself, at least in the foreseeable future. Because to end this conflict, I think you don't need a military solution. A military solution is not feasible. You have to have a dialogue, a political solution. But for the moment, I think we should be happy, people in the subcontinent, that we can defuse the current tension and declare victory. Both sides can declare victory.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Thank you so much, General Mehta, for joining us on the broadcast on WION World is One and sharing your perspective with us.